the Artsy Sister, and today I wanted to show you this comic book called Cherish. Like, Cherish is like a different type of like superhero type of person, but more around like the killer spy with like the fancy tech type of thing. And like her basic backstory is they kill her father, and then and for reasons that she doesn't quite understand, and then like she gets trained by like a random weirdo, and then and then she eventually starts doing spy work and investigating like why the hell did they murder her father, who was supposedly like a type of peacekeeper and a toy maker, but this chick remembers Cherish's father completely different. So then whenever she's using like her fancy tech, Cherish's hair goes from blonde, and then it turns to green. And she has like this is not like a fancy look. This is more like a type of chick armor that you got. That like the nanotech protects her from like damage and stuff, and it does various things as the plot demands it, but it still makes it look hot because like hot chicks are very distracting in battle. And apparently that gives them an advantage or whatever. And I don't care the way, whatever. Like, they want to have like hot chicks punching each other, go for it, Like, as long as the battle looks cool, then I could carry either way. So yeah, see, it's like a fancy chic armor, right? And it almost looks like you could almost say that like the Green Lanterns provided that, because usually when I see the green stuff doing green stuff, I think of the Green Lantern, like, and maybe they have like a gem from like the Green Lantern world over there. You see that that's the main core of like the nano stuff that she has. Why is always nano? It's like something whooshy, super futuristic out there. But see, it's the nano thing, I guess it's like a glider. It's whatever, like, as with most high-tech armors, it's whatever, like, the plot needs it to do. And it has a lot of fun, miscellaneous action set pieces, and like, at the beginning, she's, like, getting married, and then, like, the Uber murder her husband or whatever. And they introduce like that her antagonist. She stabs her husband with like the pointy end, with like the pointy end, and then like and then from time to time they do like quotations about like revenge and stuff, because now she has something new to be revengey about. Like, they met her father and now they met her husband, and for reasons that she doesn't quite understand, because like it happened like when she was a child, etc. But like. And then that's part of like the mystery of Cherish. She trying to find out why they ruin her life, and stuff. But yeah, like here's like a fun, cool angle type of fight, and she like even without her armor, she can like still kick people in the face. So that's good. She's not complete. Like, she doesn't completely have to depend on her armor, on like her fancy tech, in order to like rip people a new one. So that's a lot of fun, because there's some folks that just 100% depend on the armor or like magic ring or something in order to like win battles. So yeah, it's a nice like eventually she finds out why the why of the murder, but mostly it's just to why her father was killed is mostly like the main MacGuffin reason in order to move the plot along, just to move her from action set piece to action set piece. So yeah, if you like a comic book with like a hot protagonist and like fun like martial artsy type of battles, and yeah, this is a good comic book to read. Bye bye and God bless. Hello, my name is Teresita Blanco, the Artsy Sister, and today I wanted to show you this Junji Ito manga that's called Tombs, or Graveyards, or whatever. Like, if you don't know who this person is, whenever you read, like, whenever you see this name, just know that you're gonna be seeing some horror. Like, I know it's like a little too early for horror, but then again, it's like a Valentine's Day tradition to like take your date on a horrible horror movie. So I figured that the manga version of that would be to show you a horror comic cause it's Valentine's Day and it's horror, whatever. So yeah, it's like a collection of random little stories. Like the first one that they show you is the one that like the front cover is named after. Is like they're visiting like a very weird town, and on the way there they run over a chick. So then they just hide her in like back there because she's dead. And then as soon as they arrive at the town, then they try to head back, and then they hit like a random graveyard. So like the joke of this town is that whenever a person dies, the person right where they drop dead, they turn into like a graveyard monument. And then but only if they found peace. So then, like, just like remember, like in The Sims, whenever like a person drops dead, that a graveyard immediately sprouts. Well, this would be like I guess this is happening in like the Sims version, like the horror movie version. And then they're trying to investigate the town while visiting their friend. While at the same time they have a dead body in like their car rotting in. Like eventually some other spooky stuff happens, but like I don't want to like spoil it cause it's funish. Alright, let me see another crazy story that I want to show you. Oh yeah, here's the like in this one okay, let me see, that's like a weird club. Let me see. Oh yeah, here we are. Like in this one, she's like visiting, like one of her friends is homesick, and then she's constantly talking weird. So then she's wondering like what the hell is wrong with her. So then when her sick friend finally opens her mouth and she sees what's going on with her, is that her tongue is turning into a slug. So then that's why she can't speak, because she has like a slug inside her mouth, going out of her mouth, and then that makes obviously like talking very hard and sometimes even eating. So like eventually like her situation gets worse in like a very creepy, spooky fashion. But it gets like a little gory, so I'm not like certain whether I can like show it to you because of YouTube. Okay, so then in this story, this one came out. This one's called The Thing That Was Ashore, and like it was published in 1995. And I feel that this is the inspiration for like The Orphan of Cos, because inside like this creature from the deep, inside of it, it has like people that are inside its stomach, and then when they open the creature, the people are still alive. So the humans that the sea monster ate, they have been surviving by being parasitic as a creature. So then instead of being like a one-cost parasite, this cosm creature has a bunch of humans that were eating it from the inside. So that's why and then it eventually, the humans ate it so much that it was sent ashore, so dead. So that's why I think that these creatures it's like the inspiration for the cos parasite. And then this story is somebody that disappears in a haunted tunnel, but then like when they go further in there's just random scientists doing random things. So then he's trying to figure out why the tunnel is calling to the girl. Let's see, and then hilarity happens. Well, it depends on what you consider hilarity. And this story is like a House of Wax type of situation, but instead of wax, it's like a serial killer that turns people into statues. But then it gets kind of weird when the statues come to life. So yeah. Weird crazy stuff. Alright, let me see. Which one was the other one that was fun? Oh yeah. In this one, this kid he finds like a weird little hairball, and then the hairball, it tells him that he loves him. So yeah, check mark for Valentine's. A weird Valentine's Day story. But then, whenever he touches the Sudi, he keeps saying, I love you, Kyoko, I love you. So then he's like wondering, like, what the hell? But then more little Powerpuffs, more little Suzy things show up, and then each of them with a different thought or whatever. So what it ends up discovering is that people who have like repressed thoughts, they manifest in the form of these weird hairballs, and then each of them like voicing out the thoughts and emotions that they have repressed for a while. And then with something that was very well repressed, and in one of them, it even rats out the weird puff street, ends up telling them that somebody committed murder. Over here it says, I killed Mima. So then everyone in town knows that the guilt of this guy, it manifested in the form of a weird tree. And then there's like another story, but it wasn't like too far crazy. So I just wanted to show you mainly like the stories that caught mostly my attention. There are some other ones, and I tried very hard while I was doing this review not to spoil the ending of it. So yeah, if you're like a horror movie type of fan, then yeah, you definitely wanna like read a Junji Ito manga. Bye bye and God bless. Like Uzumaki is a weird one. Give it a read. Not Naruto Uzumaki, the manga Uzumaki. Give it a read. It should get like readapted to like it would make like a great spooky TV show. Bye bye and God bless.
Go, 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 go.
Hello, my name is Teresita Blanco, the Artsy Sister, and today I wanted to show you this Buffy comic book. And it's called, even though it says like Buffy 97, and let me see when this thing was published. Here we are. It's November 2022. But I guess like after 2020, like they started with like the whole nostalgia thing, and this is just a product of its time. Like, but it's refreshing that like it's funny that now people are not only nostalgic for the 80s, but also for the 90s. Like I guess as soon as the 2000s started, like everything started going to hell. Like it's like. Well, it's kind of like how like in the turn of the century, when we went from like from like the 1800s to like how we went from like the 19th century to the 20th century, then everyone decided that it was like time to go murder each other. So, and the same thing is kind of happening this time in modern times. Like at the start of the century, everyone decided to like go uber violent. But I guess that must be like 100-year cycle that the world does. That every 100 years, like everything's gotta die. But whatever. I'm getting very green. Over here we're watching Buffy going about like her 90s life. And just like the title says, she like deals with supernatural stuff bad guy. And like the first bad guy that she deals with is like this weird entity that lives inside a fashion magazine, and then she draws people and vampires into like her book, and then the problem becomes like getting out of that other realm and finding the way out. And then like the other bad guy, well, not bad guy, then like they had like do a little bit of magic, and this guy gets prophecies from like this witch. And then there's the other mystery is this girl doing like some magic because she's like angry or annoyed, and then she ends up unleashing some spells that she cannot control. But yeah, just because you can like do magic doesn't mean that like you should without like a major witch supervision, because like a lot of magic users that kick the bucket like summoning like by messing around the Necronomicon. Like I seen like Ash from like Evil Dead, he's if he can like do all of the like the fact that he can actually use the Necronomicon just shows that he's like a powerful magic user or something. But since he doesn't have like the supervision of like Merlin or something, that he keeps like miscasting or doing a bunch of things or unleashing stuff by accident because there's nobody there to explain to him what each of the spells does. It's just creating effect without understanding the cause of it. But yeah, so yeah, that's the crazy thing that this one ends up unleashing, just causing a lot of random deaths, and then it becomes Buffy's, and then Buffy's gotta go clean that up, because she's a vampire slayer, but she also deals with other nonsense, so yeah. It's Buffy the Vampire Slayer, but she also slays witches and, like, weird beings from, like, different dimensions and stuff, and it's fun to see, like, a world, comic book type of world of a time before social media and, like, and also even, like, and the cell phones were also awful in the 90s, like, they were, like, really, during the time of beepers, and only a few people have them, so, yeah. So, yeah, so that's this comic book in a nutshell, but if you're, like, if you want to see more Buffy, then this is now one of the few ways where you can actually do it. Bye-bye, and God bless. Hello, my name is Teresita Blanco, the Artsy Sister, and today I wanted to show you this manga called My Love Mix-Up. The art is by Araku and the story by Wataru Hinekure. Like, I read like in like the back, or which is the front in like if you read it like a Western type comic book, like it mentions that this is actually like this person is this is the first story that Wataru ever wrote. So like it's interesting, while the drawing is like made by a more experienced fellow. So it's interesting to see somebody's very first story being made into like a manga and stuff. So it's like a school one. You know, like a school romance type of thing, and I don't usually like reading much about school because it gives me like bad flashback, but this one's well written for a change, kinda. So basically, this guy lost Hashimoto. It's funny because like Hashimoto is like the name of a syndrome in medicine, like so like whenever like they say Hashimoto, I start thinking of like a random illness. I wouldn't be able to remember what it is off the top of my head because like, I'm not like a doctor person. Mommy's kind of like a doctor person, so yeah, whatever. So and he likes her because she's like uber nice to him. So then like one day she lends him the eraser for an exam, and then he ends up reading in the eraser the name Ida. So then he starts thinking that the girl that he likes is in love with that guy. So then as he writes it, that guy. So then he'd be like, and so then when this guy is passing the papers back, he sees that this guy has an eraser that has his name written on. So then this guy starts thinking that this guy has a crush on him, and then he ends up, so since he doesn't want the girl to know that the other guy likes him, he ends up pretending that it is him because he's just an idiot, because he doesn't want the girl that he likes to hook up with this guy. So then he pretends that he's the one who actually likes him. So for one stupid reason or another, this guy ends up thinking that this guy likes him. So yeah, that's why it's called like the love mix-up. But like at the end, it ends up being so then it just becomes like one lie after another, just making the situation escalate. And then he makes like a stupid promise to her, telling her that they're gonna keep a secret, the fact that she has a crush on someone, because she doesn't want her feelings to be reciprocated yet. She just wants to enjoy the feel of being in love without having the disappointment of knowing that you're not loved back. So then, since he created that huge misunderstanding situation, then Ida's just spending all of his time thinking that this guy likes him. So then he'd be like, so when did this whole thing started? And then he'd be like, I can't believe that the first person that ever told me that he liked me was a dude. And he's like when they were like looking for the signs and whatever. But then as the comic progresses, he ends up weirdly getting warmed up to the idea of being liked by another, or being liked by anyone, because nobody had ever loved him in his entire life apparently. But then again, since it's like a volume 1 type of deal, we don't know this guy's backstory or why he would like the idea of just being liked by anyone. Maybe he has like cool parents, and then he opens up to anyone that shows him a bit of affection or something. But yeah, so that's basically the comic in a nutshell. And then the main character ends up being, and since this guy starts being extra nice to him, he ends up also starting to fall in love with Ida. So then he ends up liking both the guy and the girl because they're both nice to him. But that's just a type of person that they fall in love with anyone that's remotely nice to them. And so yeah, so that's basically my love mixed up in a nutshell. Other stuff happened in the comic, but I don't want to like spoil it. Oh yeah, they also do like a Cinderella play. But since Hashimoto, his girlfriend, not like his girlfriend, like his lady friend doesn't want to play the part, he ends up playing the part of Cinderella with Ida playing the prince. So that's one of the other things that happened later on in the comics, so in the manga. So yeah, a high school romance. Bye bye and God bless. Hello, my name is Teresita Blanco, the Artsy Sister, and today I wanted to show you this comic book called Basic Instinct. Like, back in like the 90s, there was like this series, I don't know if it was like one movie or a series of them, that it was called Basic Instinct, which was like a murder mystery type of situation with a hot chick being like in the center of the controversy, possibly the murder or something. And she also ends up framing someone. I think it was like the main character of murder. Like, I don't remember much the Basic Instinct movie, because I watched it like a century ago. But anyhow, just it's a murder mystery with like and then there's like a hot chick, but she's not like the main character. Like, I got like a lot that it has like a lot of interest, like it's fully in color, and it has like a bunch of like little nicely drawn panels, and then it starts with like a maiden doing like a fancy dance with like a snake, and she ends up, and like the snake at a certain point ends up like going completely rogue, and then and it just ends up being like an animal accident with like the snake like almost choking her to death, and that's all. So then that happens, and then we switch to like the main character who does like random art expositions, and the snake scene was part of the thing, and then like he gets like accused of murder because he found a dead body, and then like well, it's not a crime to find a dead body, and then later on he gets called by the cops again for finding another dead body, but this time in his bathtub. So then he's like wondering like, what the hell, why the hell is this happening to me? Like, who did I piss off that they keep like putting dead bodies all over my path? So then it's like, yeah, that's the basic mystery behind it. Like, why is this happening to me? But I don't want to like spoil too much of like the plot and whatever, cause like if I tell you who done it and like all of the clues and whatever behind it, then what's the point of reading the comic book? Oh yeah, like it has like a fun miscellaneous action set piece somewhere. Let me see if I can find it. Like a fun little, not that, let me see. Somebody. Oh yeah, here we are. Like the detective gets into a fight with this guy. So he has like it has a nice little fun, nicely well drawn fight scene. But it's like between two humans, so it's not like something ridiculously crazy, but it's like gritty and realistic. So that's a lot of fun. And at the end of the comic, it has like some of the raw pages of the thing. And like between here and there, it has like some and at the end it has like some fun glamour posters of all of the characters, etc., etc. So yeah, basic instinct. And since it is a volume 1, I can only guess there are other murder mystery stories surrounding centering around femme fatale. So yeah, and also like the main character, like the main character that's getting framed for murder is also it's also like he doesn't sleep with women. He prefers to he likes guys better, but whatever. It's that I should mention that that is LGBTQ plus. But it doesn't add anything to the plot. He just is, and one of the person that they leave behind in the bathtub that gets him into a lot of trouble. The second victim, it ends up being his lover. So obviously, then the police is more seriously interested in him, because like, you know how it is, like whenever like the boyfriend or the girlfriend drops dead, they usually call it's usually like almost 90% of the time the spouse. So yeah, so then like it also has like some weird like a slight reality distortion, because like weird shit keeps happening like around him, but whatever. Just give it a nice read. Bye bye and God bless. Hello, my name is Teresita Blanco, the Artsy Sister, and today I want you to show you this nice manga or comic book or whatever that is called Eden of the Wishes. Like right at the beginning, it tells you about like how the world functions there, and like all of the life forms used to live in harmony, but then when mankind came and started like uber killing everything, then the plants took pity on the animals and then they hid them away. So then like nature retreated to hide itself from humanity in order to like starve them to them. And then, but inside little select pockets, they allow for like women that are able to communicate with nature to like live with them. And then like the main character girl, her grandmother tells her, well, not grandmother, like her teacher tells her about a place where all of the wishes go to, where it's paradise. So that's why the comic is called Eden of the Wishes, because eventually she has to leave her home. Like the first, yeah, over here there are many wishes, but only a select few are allowed to set foot in the sacred site, the place where life found refuge so long ago. In Eden, we are safe. And then she's always dream of going there. That's why, the Eden of the wishes. So then, since her grandmother, since her teacher gets like ill, she decides, since she doesn't have any medicines or stuff to treat her, she decides to like leave the safety of her town in order to like visit the human settlement in order to like try to find medicine or a doctor. And then while there, right off the bat, they're burning a witch to death for like witchcraft. So that gives her, so you could almost see this as a type of loss of innocence manga, like that's a type of genre that was that showed up in El Lazarillo de Tormes, where it's a child that starts as pure and innocent, and then he becomes jaded, but also wise by all of the crazy things that happen in the world. So like right off the bat, bam, this is what happens to witches. They burn them to death. So then when wandering around town, she runs into Patches, and Patches right now is playing the role of a priest. Like Patches is like, he doesn't call himself Patches, but like he uber looks like Patches from like Bloodborne, not also Bloodborne, Elder Ring, Dark Souls, you know. Right off the bat, I knew, like, if anything, if Dark Souls taught me anything, is that don't trust a bald guy. And if you're bald, I'm sorry, just send your complaints to like From Software Game for making the most treacherous character out there be a bald guy. But yeah. So then he tells him that he's like a doctor and stuff. So then she guides him to like their sanctuary, and then he ends up bringing in there, instead of medicine, he brings up all of his guys in order to like collect all of the plants and stuff. And then and then the person she was trying to save, like he cuts it with like the pointy end. So like the witch had given her a little magic seed in order to help her like get in touch with like her witch powers and talk to nature. And then inside the seed, like a fairy shows up to help her and stuff. So then like she gives Patches like the fairy has like a very cool design, because remember like in introduction it said that the plants, they wrap themselves around animals in order to keep them safe. So then like that seed inside of it, it had like a wolf spirit trapped in there. And so yeah, the family protects her, and then Patches survives and he gets away, and then he says he'll be back later. So then throughout the manga, I can only guess that like the rest of it becomes like she trying to make it to the witch's Eden, while Patches keeps hunting her all throughout the main campaign. And like she eventually visits a different human town where like things go a little different, but not too much, cause people when they're in a survival mode, they do terrible things. So yeah, it has like a couple of fun action set pieces here and there, and like the way that the wolf manifests is like very cool and very nicely drawn. So yeah, it's a pretty cool looking fantasy manga. So yeah, give it a nice read. Bye bye and God bless. Hello, my name is Teresita Blanco, the Artsy Sister, and today I wanted to show you the Superboy comic book that I ran into. Like the first thing that I wanted to joke about is that it's Superboy, the title, Superboy, the man of tomorrow. So I guess is he a man or is he a boy? Or, well, he's too big to be a boy, so I guess he's a teenager, so I guess tomorrow he's gonna be old enough to start calling himself Superman or something. What's gonna happen once it's like old and gray? Like I know that like Kryptonians like take forever to like age and stuff. But since it's half human, it should like, I mean, I guess in like 200 years it's gonna start looking old or balding like Lex Luthor, but yeah, like, I guess it would be kind of awkward to always be called Superboy, to always being called a boy, even though you're like old and gray, so, you know, whatever. Maybe he'll go through a Nightwing phase and completely disassociate himself from like the Superman and the Lex Luthor name. So yeah, like, if you're not familiar with this character, he's a clone of Lex Luthor and Superman, because Lex Luthor, he wanted to have a child against with Superman, so then that's how life found a way. Whatever. Like, I know him from like the TV show, so I don't expect like a lot of lore information. So like it starts with him like barely aching about him not having like a place in like planet Earth and stuff. So then he goes to the Fortress of Solitude to like teleport to a different planet in order to do superhero stuff over there. And I guess that with a bracelet they just yada how he's able to speak the language of the locals. There's something Kryptonian Superman, some magic or whatever. So then he arrives in the middle of a battlefield, and then he just attacks a creature that's attacking the people that he perceives as helpless NPCs. So then, as soon as they see him display such huge strength, they're like immediately freaking out by him and thinking that he's the bad guy, even though he technically helped them. But as with most situations, it's like just coming into the middle of a battle without having any of the local intel, just like punching people around them. Like for all we know, the folks that are running away over there are like are probably like up to some sketchy stuff. Maybe he punched the police for all he knows. But for the sake of comic book sake, he guessed right who was the bad guy. So like the main antagonists in this planet, they're gathering random DNA from like different people in order like they're doing like in order to like make superhuman warriors. So then like they were immediately amused by him because he's a Kryptonian and a human halfling. So then they'd be like, oh, so they mix Kryptonian and human DNA. That's very interesting. So then like they want to like bring him to his boss to get like his Kryptonian DNA. Cause well, obviously they're not interested in his human DNA because humans be weak. But then it's just so this is like so then the whole comic becomes him trying to make like his name in like a new planet, and like even in a different planet he's like still messing up and not being immediately like and whatever, because you can run away from like your problems by moving to another planet, but he can't run away from his inner demons and the things that are weighing him down, which is basically his uber obsession with being a Superman and a Lex Luthor clone. But as with most, it's just nature versus nurture. I mean, just because it's a Lex Luthor Superman clone doesn't mean that he has to be a superhero like Superman, or he doesn't have to be a mad scientist, corporate jerk like Lex Luthor. There's plenty of options, and with his super strength, he can definitely, and super intelligence, he's got options, so he's fine. Like but then again, since he's like in his teen years, he's like more erratic with like his emotions. So you know, like cause it seems that he only has two options, like a heads or tails situation. But no, kid, you got all the cards. You can like he could even be a doctor. You know, like not like a mad scientist doctor, but like the type that heals people. You know. But that's just basically, but that's just my random idea, and then like the rest is just like a bunch of like cool random battles here and there. This is like one that looks amazing. Like I don't want to like spoil the plot or whatever, cause I want you to have like a fresh feel for the comic book and stuff. Like he's not like the alpha predator there, cause he ended up landing in a planet where like people are close to him that are within his strength spec, so he's not like having like an easy time there, which is a lot of fun. Cause like if he's just like the biggest fish in the pond, then the stakes go completely down, because there's no one to challenge his physical strength. So then he has to like try at least 1% in most of the battles that are there. So yeah, if you want to read a Superboy comic, I don't know, I'm still laughing at like the title, The Man of Tomorrow. Like tomorrow he'll be a man. Tomorrow he's gonna evolve into Superman. Or I guess he could do like Man-Bat. He could be Man-Super. Whatever. If he doesn't want to be a second Superman, he could be Man-Super. Bye-bye and God bless. Hello, my name is Teresita Blanco, the Artsy Sister, and today I wanted to show you this new comic book I read called We Call Them Giants. Like this is not one of those like random comic books here. Like this is just a standalone comic. Like you're gonna get like the whole beginning and end type of deal. And like and it's also like in full color. Like it has like very nice anime, like a very nice little use of red, so you can tell that they're very confident in like this comic, cause like every time that you add like red into anything, it gets like uber expensive. So like it starts with Lori moving into like her new foster home, but then and then you can just tell that she just arrived there because it has like balloons there saying walk on Lori, but then she be like, well, this ain't like the first time that I've been dumping a random place. So then she's like very skeptical about her new family, but then when she goes outside, she be like, what the hell is everyone? And then when she goes outside, she's not like the only kid that's been like the adults disappear and a bunch of other kids from the neighborhood. So that's one mystery that they never answer in like the comic book. Spoiler alert is what the hell happened to everyone. Like just one day she wakes up and like like half the world is gone. So then like throughout the comic, she and her friends start speculating whether it was the rapture or what the hell's going on, but eventually the answers to why it happened starts being important because they switch from like why the hell this is happening to like, well, we just gotta like survive now, cause like it's a post-apocalyptic world, but not like post-apocalyptic, but at the style of like the rapture and demon, well, more like the rapture style instead of like a nuclear apocalypse. Like the people just up and disappear. And like eventually like the humans, once they get into like the post-apocalyptic mood, they start like wearing cookie outfits, and some of them even wear like they call themselves the dog, like the hounds, but like they wear more like crow masks, which is hilarious. But then again, they probably assuming that, but probably the ones that wear facial masks are just assuming that what killed humanity was like a plague or something. But if that was the case, then they would have been bodied. They just don't know. But like the front cover says, we call them giants, but like just why humans disappear is not important. It's just something to increase the tension of the characters and make them extra paranoid. So then one day, two shooting stars fall from the heaven. And once again, you gotta consider that a star falls from the heaven and to it was given the key to the bottomless pit. And if you're not familiar with the random Bible verse, that's a reference to like, that's a line from like Apocalypse. So then when she goes to see what the hell just fell from like outer space, it was two giants, like a red one and a green one. So then they'd be like, well, were they responsible for like the disappearance of humanity, or are these just some random aliens that just crash landed here incidentally? And so then like the weird giant aliens, they just like peace out, and one goes to like his little house and the other one goes to whatever. But since they don't like speak a language that the little humans can understand, they don't know what the hell they want or the motivation. So then like the rest of the comic becomes a mystery of wondering what the green alien and the red alien are up to. Like it's interesting that color wise they use complementary colors in order to contrast them. Like red and green in the color spectrum, they're like polar opposites. So just color wise, they give you like a small hint that personality wise they have opposing goals. But I don't want to like spoil like the rest of the comic because a lot of other stuff happened between in and there. I just wanted to show you over the top the premise, and like it's interesting as she learns more about like her this one's main focus ends up being like the red alien, but well, she calls them giant because they're huge, but they fell from outer space. They gotta be like they're uber aliens, like they go the front cover could have easily been called, we call them aliens or giant aliens. So it's not like they're Attack on Titans type of aliens, giants. They're more like out of space, but like they don't have like technology wise. They're more biological. Like all of their even like it's really obvious just by the design of the red guy's spaceship or whatever, that is more like an organic type of feel. And sometimes later on in one of the panels they start doing something that is more uber magic. So it's basically like two giant magic users traveling across time and space. So then they're magic giants. So marvel at that. So like I had a fun reading, like, and the narration's good. So and good on it. So if you wanna like read like a fun comic, I think this one could even be made into an interesting post-apocalyptic movie, because people like post-apocalyptic movies with like people being raptured and stuff. So that's something to consider. Bye bye and God bless. Hello, my name is Teresita Blanco de Artsy Sister, and today I wanted to show you Street Fighter, the manga. But then again, there's been like a bunch of like random little Street Fighter movies and OVA, but this one is like Street Fighter 6. Like according to the thing, it's like Street Fighter 6, and like they show her this maiden in like the background, but I didn't see her anywhere within the comic. So yeah. Despite the name, there's not gonna be, despite it being called a Street Fighter comic, there's gonna be like very, very little actual fighting in the street. So it starts with like I don't know the names of half the people, and I miss when they introduce themselves. So yeah, this guy's like doing like some random stealth stuff, like random military stuff, and then they throw, and then like the first battle happened is just basically him throwing an elbow punch. So that was disappointing, and then back to like being weirdly random lost. So let me see if then there's like a cool hero pose of this guy, but I don't remember seeing him doing anything in the comic. But then again, I was like kind of like half expecting, half hoping for like a lot of like cool like action battle scenes, but there wasn't a lot of that to see, or at all. There's random car stuff, and also like narration wise, it's just since Street Fighter is like such a big like has like a ridiculous amount of characters, and they're all like important because they all have like their little fandom. Then it's just like a bunch of little mini stories of like each of the characters going about their little own side quest, but not so much fighting per se. Let's see, here's the other fighting scene that I was able to find. He jumps at her, and then she shoves him, and then she brings her a gun, a la Indiana Jones style. So that immediately puts an end to like the street fighting. And that's when, by the halfway point, I'd be like, wait, I see what these comic book writers doing. They're trying to get around with having to animate, with having to draw an actual, like, a very long street fight. I would have expected like something called Street Fighter to have like at least with fighting mangas, I would like at least expect like a healthy 50-50, like 50% fighting, 50% plot, or 60-40. But yeah, there's no. This is more plot than actual fighting. And like around the end, it puts like other various. It has like little comic scenes from like made by various artists. And this one, it has a little bit of a fighting in it. Not that much. It just like a page or something of like random fights. Well, two. And that's the longest battle that I was able to find. Well, actually, the entire scene was a fight. Just and that's this like only way at the end do you see like a very long something that will a fight that takes place in the street, but you gotta like jump all the way to the end. And but it's not like part of the main bulk of the story. And like over here, I think over here there's another fight, but also like at the end. So if you wanna see like the actual street fighting in the Street Fighter manga. You're gonna have to like just skip to the end. They're rather amusing here and there, but you know they're not. And like this one definitely has some cool like action panels. Like why didn't they get this guy to like draw the rest of the manga? Just like a nice bunch of like fighting and stuff, because you know like Street Fighter manga would have respect for there to be actual fighting by the street, but whatever. I didn't mean to roast it. I just wanted to tell you that if you wanted to that the Street Fighter manga has the only place where it has actual fighting in the street is like very close, like in the end completely disconnected from like the main plot or whatever. Bye bye and God bless. Hello, my name is Teresita Branco, the Artsy Sister, and today I wanted to show you this, here we are, this Spider-Gwen comic book. Like, Spider-Gwen is a different dimension Spider-Man Spider-Gwen in this case, who, like, instead of Peter Parker being the one that got bit by the weird radioactive spider, it was his romantic interest in the school instead, so then she became like the Spider-Man superhero while the other Peter Parker just languished in the shadows. And as established by like right off the bat, they give you like her little origin story in just 2 pages, cause like most comic books, they're assuming that you don't know absolutely anything about Spider-Gwen. So then it tells you she's a rockstar, she does the drum. She got bit by spiders. She, like, her first super villain, like, it looks like the reptilian looking one. And then she was the one who was protecting Peter Parker from, like, the bullies and whatnot, Miss Congeniality stuff. Remember, like, in the start of the movie, Miss Congeniality, that the little nerdy kid was getting, like, bullied, and then, like, she punched the bully, so then, like, but then instead of like being weirdly grateful and like continuing with his life, he decided, well, if she can be like a kid crusading superhero, well, I wanna be like a superhero too. So then like he invents a weird serum in order to try to give himself super strength, but and because he was tired of being like weak all of his life, and then like since he wanted to be a superhero so badly, he just ended up biting the big one. So I guess like this Peter Parker in specific sense, from this dimension, since he couldn't just handle being weak the rest of his life, he decided that he needed to do like drastic stuff, and then it ended up costing his life. And then since she was near Peter Parker when like he dropped dead, then people just assumed that she had caused his death. And then like in the background, Peter Parker's aunt and uncle are like investigating Spider-Woman, because like they think that she really murdered their grandson, or they just want to get answers from her, but she doesn't have any answers to give him, because he just did everything on his lonesome, thinking that he'd be so smart that just because like you get straight A's in your classroom doesn't mean that you're smart enough to like tamper with chemicals. I mean, at least test it out on like animals before putting like a weird crazy injection that you cooked up in your in your meth lab before trying it on yourself. Whatever. I don't know why I found the tragic end of this Peter Parker were weirdly hilarious, but But then again, at least the Spider-Man the Peter Parker from the Spider-Man Married with Children, he was able to accept the fact that he was able to not be Spider-Man and still live a rich and successful life because he used his brain and his smarts to move on with life, and he ended up getting the suit way early, extremely late when he was married and had kids. He had he lived a normal life for a long time when he didn't need to do it. It's okay to just be an average Joe with decent intelligence, but I guess he just couldn't handle that. His romantic interest was cool, so then I guess to impress her, he just stabbing himself with a point. He just stabbed himself with the pointy end of a needle and weird stuff he cooked up. But I guess that's a lot of guys when they're ridiculously desperate to get a specific chick's attention, then they just do very drastic things. But it ain't worth it. If she's not paying attention, if she didn't pay attention to you when you were Peter Parker, she's not gonna pay attention to you once you're Mutant Parker or something. So yeah, the rest of the comic is just Spider-Gwen just going on various adventures, balancing her life as Gwen and her Cape Crusading escapades. It's a by the numbers Spider-Man comic. It's a Spider-Gwen comic. She's fighting various baddies. Well, from time to time being existentially depressed or something, overthinking all of her life choices and the things that led to where she was. Oh, and in one of the battles, she ends up losing her cell phone. And then since she lost her cell phone, the bad guys are able to track down. That's how they find out who she is and are able to go up in her house and wreck all of her things. So yeah, if you that's a hilarious way of getting the bad guys to discover who you are and getting in there and wrecking your stuff because she lost her cell phone. So that's interesting. I don't want to spoil the rest of the comic book because it has a lot of fun little amusing battles here and there, and it's very nicely drawn. But it has the athleticism that you would expect of a Spider-Man comic, cause it's not a Spider-Man comic if what you call it, if it's not jumping around and being very acrobatic, that's a guarantee of every at least a good Spider-Man comic, the cool spinny angles and whatnot. So yeah, Spider-Man, everyone. I hope you have fun. Well, it just says Spider-Man, but it doesn't say the one that reading by Latour, Rodriguez, Vision, and Renzi, because there's a bunch of other little Spider-Man comics here and there, and if you title everything Spider-Man, I mean at least name it something different so that we can tell all of the Spider-Mans apart. Oh yeah, her band is called the Mary Janes. Which is silly considering what the Mary Jane is a slang for, but whatever. Bye bye and God bless. Hello, my name is Teresita Blanco, the Artsy Sister, and today I wanted to show you this manga called The River's Edge by Kyoko Saki. It's called The River's Edge because all of the plot related stuff happens by the riverside. That's where folks come there to bond and stuff, and sometimes other things. But the main character is this girl who's always standing up for these kids that's constantly being bullied for being a little pretty and a feminine, and they don't have proof that he likes guys, but later on you discover that he does or whatever. But since they don't need, so they just bullying for the hell of it. Cause like yeah, he's in a terrible public school where he gets beaten up every other day, and only Disco seems to be interested in like stopping it. But you know, it's terrible high school situation in Japan. But what can you do? It's just it's that they say that they can't like put cameras everywhere. Well, at least that's what the counselor told my mother when she told them that why she wasn't doing anything about my booties, because if she didn't see it, then it didn't happen. Well, but I don't want to like bore you with like sad facts about my life. But yeah, like I gotta like be careful when flipping around this comic book because it has like some mating scenes here and there, and there's like a subplot with like his boy her and within like her boyfriend and somebody weirdly, and they end up finding like a body by the riverside. So it has a little bit of whatchamacallit, of a Stand By Me, which in like and like the guy that she's constantly trying to protect from like the terrible bullies in school. But then, yeah, so here we are. Here's like the dead body, the dead body that they find there, and then he calls it like, oh man, what the hell? Oh, yeah. He calls it like his treasure and stuff, but and then he just wants to like hide it somewhere. And there's also a scene with the boy they do drugs, but like. So yeah, it's like a teen comic book, a teen manga, but like realistic teenager stuff happened there, but in a very crude type of fashion, you know. It's not like the idealized high school situation, it's like the most bottom of the barrel type of stuff, but whatever. It's a fun drama with like a bit of a murder mystery in the mix, So I hope you find it amusing. Bye bye and God bless. Hello, my name is Teresita Blanco, the Artsy Sister, and today I wanted to show you this comic book called Ain't No Grave. Like it's basically like we follow this gunslinger maiden who gets like an illness. So then since it's not like since it's like an incurable illness, the solution she finds to her problem is to go shoot a death in the face in order to try to get more time with her family, but tracking down death without actually kicking the bucket is easier said than done. So like the story is like mostly it's like supernatural, with like random with like other scenes that also take place in reality. But you could also interpret it that the times when she's like in the realm of death is basically like the fever overcoming her. So we pick her up with her wandering about in the wilderness searching for the Grim Reaper to shoot him in the face, or like for the gate of the underworld a la Ilias style. And then from time to time she flashes back to her family, because instead of spending her final moments with them, she's like fooling around in the desert. But I guess maybe it's kind of wise, because for all we know, her illness, before we know, she can actually end up passing her illness to her husband and kid. Like I think that since the thing that she coughs up a lot is like blood and stuff. And it's like the 1800s. I think that what she has is like tuberculosis or something, or what they used to call it consumption. You know, the thing that killed Edgar Allan Poe's wife, and like have the people in like the chick from Misery. Oh yeah, and all of the chapters, they're named after the 5 stages of grief. Like denial, anger, etc. and they're like each title like that. So then here he is, she coughing up blood and stuff while she's struggling to survive in the woods. And from time to time she stops by home. And then like the husband tells her, well, we found a treatment, but it's only gonna like buy you for a year. And then she be like, nope, that's not enough time. So then she's like, I'm gonna go back to wander the wilderness to like go shoot death in the face. And then the husband be like, oh my god, you lunatic. So then that's so I think that's when he finally, the last time that he sees his wife before she goes on like on her crazy, bizarre journey. So like the supernatural parts are like very amusing. Like in the first one, she runs into the river of death, but then when she wakes up, it's that she had passed out, and then the river had and then she had floated down river. So then like you gotta wonder like they had like the supernatural scenes like real, or it's just like the fever and the illness eating away at her sanity. But it's not, but whether they're real or not, it's not important for like the main plot. But yeah, like that's just the story in a nutshell. So now just so I don't show you like the entire journey so that you can like read it at your own amusement. I want to show you like fun set pieces. Here's a fancy city, and let me see. Oh yeah, there's also like some fun shootouts here and there. Oh yeah, here we are. Like it go. Like if you want like some fun gunslinging fun, then yeah, this is the comic for you. Like I gotta be careful because like in the middle part she goes to like a weird sketchy bar, and then there's like just one panel where you weirdly see a lot of boob stuff. So then I'm like, oh well, that's completely unnecessary. But yeah, that's let me see another fun. Oh yeah, like eventually. Oh yeah, let me show you like the Green Reaper. She eventually tracks him down, and then so that's a lot of fun. And like so yeah, and then like she also has like an interesting conversation with her husband where they're arguing because the husband told, cause there were like some bad guys and whatever, and then she like and then she did what she used to do back before she went on her off-screen redemption arc, and her husband be like, oh, so you're teaching your daughter that whenever there's like a problem, she just gotta like shoot it in the face, but what you're not teaching your daughter is what happens when you run out of luck, and then when the bad guys win, and what would happen to us if you had lost the fight, and they would have murdered me and done what else to your daughter, and he'd be like, not all problems can be solved with violence. So yeah, this is that's basically the plot of this comic in a nutshell. That she trying to use violence to solve a problem that obviously cannot be solved with violence, because you can't shoot a terminal illness, you can't just shoot your way out of a terminal illness. But which is why all of the chapters are named after the 5 stages of grief, which is it's a journey and not the destination. But yeah, it's amusing in a whatchamacallit, what's that movie called, in a bucket list type of way. And I could easily see this in this back could also be string along for like a movie, like a very fun supernatural type of movie. Even if the end is pretty obvious how it's gonna end in a way. Well, I guess I could give it like the Hollywood ending, but whatever. I think they should if they do make a movie, they should just go with the canonical ending, cause yeah. Legitimately, you can't shoot your way out of a terrible illness. Whatever. Bye bye and God bless. Hello, my name is Teresita Blanco, the Artsy Sister, and today I wanted to show you this hack and slash comic book. And like basically this maiden, she's like she fights on the creatures that only she can see, but she's also helped by another undead warrior. But oh yeah, and she eventually gets recruited to a school that has like a bunch of other people that are doing the same thing, that are doing like the same thing. And then like it's funny how like one of the artists like is how they have like somebody like cosplaying as her like in the flesh and blood. But like it's a very simple cosplay to make, cause all you need is like a suit and like a metal and like a backfield with spikes. Since this is like a horror manga, of course you're gonna see a lot of like blood and gore. So then like the weird slasher type of monsters, the undead creatures, they look like regular humans too, like normal human eyes, but then they're like really they're like really undead that like murder people. So then like serial killer style. So then, but then she sometimes questions whether she's murdering humans of flesh and blood, or if like her warped perception of reality is causing her to perceive them as like creepy undead warriors. So here's like a perfect example of how this person is seen in reality versus how she perceives the undead creature. Oh yeah, and then let me show you one of the persons in the school. Let me show you a person in the school. Oh yeah, she goes on like long rants. Oh yeah, let me see where. Here we are. Like she's like her outfit is like 100%, and even like her basic look, it reminds me of the video game where it's a cheerleader like murdering zombies with a chainsaw. I think it was like Lollipop Chainsaw Massacre. I forget. The point is that she has the look of like the video game character. Of all we know, it's like it's like a type of manga crossover going on. But yeah, so then like the comic for the most part takes like a bit of a monster of the week episode, and then balancing the monsters that she's killing and with like school life, and like the final boss, it gets like very weird Cronenberg with lots of weird creepy monsters, like on the monster amalgamations here and there. It's something like it looks a little bit like something that's straight out of, like at least this one reminds me of like those weird little spider monsters from Bloodborne. But yeah, if you want like some cute maidens like butchering a bunch of undead creatures, then yeah, the hack and slash is basically the comic book for you. And yeah, bye bye and God bless. My name is Teresita Blanco, the Artsy Sister, and today I wanted to show you this weird crossover comic where it's Star Trek meets the Green Lantern, but I guess it kind of makes sense in a weird way, cause Star Trek, they are like constantly like flying all over space, and the Green Lantern sometimes enters different dimensions while like going on his own little quest. So that's how they made this crazy thing happen. One of the Green Lanterns kicks the bucket, and then he sends the rings to like a different dimension, and then like the Starship Enterprise, and so they all get like this is like the little opera Green Lantern, and you get a magic ring, and you get a magic ring, and you get a magic ring. So yeah, and of course it's the Yellow Lantern in between everything, like causing chaos and problems to like the Starship Enterprise. So then like the Green Lantern, he boards the ship because he senses that one of his own are like dead over there, and sensing the power of like the rings. So then, like a couple of the rings, they choose a few crew members, but there's one ring to rule them all. It hasn't chosen somebody to like wield it. Like the plot kind of is a little bit of like Lord of the Rings vibes, and in between there's like random skirmishes between some of the lanterns and like the usual bad guys that you run into like in the Star Trek universe, and it has like some cool action set piece, and like I want to show you in the end like who's the one that ends up getting the one ring to rule them all. Let me see. Oh yeah, like let me see. Oh yeah, here we are. Like when Spark chooses to wear the white ring, he absorbs the power of all of the other rings. Cause the white ring he wasn't gonna choose an owner. The owner of the ring had to choose it because he wanted to see who had leadership capabilities, and the one that the ring considers a leader is the one who steps out for the challenge. So then Spark was like, so yeah, of course he was gonna choose Spark instead of because he's like there's been lots of Starship Enterprise things, but they always keep finding a reason to like get Spark to like show up, even if like timeline wise it should be like dead or something. So they just time travel him everywhere so that he's always like showing up in all of the movies to increase the rating. He's like the Batman of the Star Trek, you know. You can't do a Star Trek without Spock. Well, you could try, but then it's not gonna make uber money because he's like the only crew member that anyone cares. So yeah. So then over here's the thing that I wanted to show you, that when he gets like all of the rings power, he like summons like Gigantamax alien angel to like go fight the bad guys. So yeah, that crazy scene just happened very close to the end. Like I'm not gonna show you how like the city battle goes, so you have like a fresh take on this Star Trek Green Lantern crossover. But yeah. Gigantamax alien angel. Bye bye and God bless. Hello, my name is Teresita Blanco, the Artsy Sister, and today I wanted to show you this Superman Brainiac comic book. Like Brainiac traditionally has always been a thorn in Superman's side, but as established in this comic, like this is the first time that like Superman goes to deal with Brainiac like on his home turf. Like Brainiac, he wants to like assimilate all of like the world's intelligence and like evolve himself so that everything is him, and like a lot of his drones they look like really cool Terminators, and like with his creepy Terminator robots they murder like you will see that he would just heal up everyone, but like if his Terminator drones perceive you as like somebody who's idiotic or who doesn't have a new idea, then he just murders you because he's just collecting like what he considers new information, and if you don't have like new information or anything new to offer, he just like uber murders you. So yeah. And Superman explains, just like Lex Luthor represents everything that's evil about humanity, Brainiac represents aliens at their absolute worst. So yeah, so like it starts opening with like Brainiac doing his thing that he murders a bunch of people, and then like the people that he considers smart or worth perceiving, he seals them in like a little bubble to like access their thoughts and information, to process their information at their leisure, and then afterward he just like destroys their star, Krypton style, and then that's it. So then we switch to Superman doing Clark Kent thing, and then I guess they want to do the parallel between like what they consider the worst type of human being that there was. You know, the one that's like absolute jerkwad, But like that co-worker that's always like getting away with bullying the entire staff or just being the absolute worst. But since he follows the laws and stuff, you can't. There's no, cause like there's no prison for bullies, you know. But then again, if you lower the threshold of what is considered a crime, then literally there will be more. The scene will be like completely overflooded with prisoners, cause like over here, like this guy was like putting his feet on Clark Kent's paper, so then he just uses Superman heat vision to like break the chair so that the guy will fall off, and then he took his donut as well. So then, like in this scene in specific, Superman is doing or Clark Kent is doing what we in Cuba call, he's like a mosquita muerta, or Gatica Maria Ramos, which means that like Gatica Maria Ramos, she throws a rock and then hides the hand, or the mosquita muerta means it's somebody that like pretends to be so harmful and benign that he couldn't like harm anyone. So then, so he's always trying to pass off as somebody that's as harmless as a dead bug. So then, that's Clark Kent in a nutshell. He's like pretending to be like all weak and feeble, but you know, he was sneaking a punch or two if he can get away with it. So yeah, don't just because he's in his Clark Kent persona doesn't mean that he's not gonna like do you harm. And then like co-workers flirting with him and all that. Like she said that the surgery didn't want it, and then this stupid thing with surgery didn't want her, but then she got offended because Clark Kent made eye contact even though she was like uber flirting with him. But then he'd be like, dude, he has a girlfriend. So then like obviously in the office they will know that like Clark Kent is always like chasing after Lois Lane's girl. So then she like this new coworker was like she didn't like respect the fact that he was into somebody else. So then she was just trying to steal her Lois Lane's boyfriend using like something that she, like her city surgery stuff, but obviously because he just to like peacock in his general direction, but he'd be like, nope, you're not Lois Lane, I ain't interested, you know. And then of course his peaceful life, I guess, thrown into chaos when like the Brainiac drones show up to be like an overall heel and everything. And then eventually he like ends up in Brainiac's ship. So then like it just becomes a game of cat and mouse with Superman trying to get out the ship and defeat Brainiac, while Brainiac's drones are being an overall heel in planet Earth, and then Supergirl is dealing with like the army of drones that are also after her. Because he caught one Kryptonian, but now he wants to like capture her as well, which is funny. She with all of her issues with Brainiac, but like and her shaky history with Brainiac, but she ends up falling in love with one of Brainiac's, with one of the versions of Brainiac in the future. Like I remember that was like an episode in the Justice League where she moves to the future, and then because she finally found a cute guy she liked, but it just also happened to be a Brainiac. But because like Brainiac eventually evolved to such a point that instead of making robots, he just started like reproducing. So then one of the brats he produced ended up being like somebody that wasn't evil. So then he joined the good guy. But whatever, I got inside right. So yeah, it's just Wonder with Supergirl dealing with Brainiac on the ground, and Superman dealing with the main flesh and blood on like the sky. And I don't want to like spoil how like it goes. It's just how it ends up in the end. Cause you will think that like it will go easy for like Superman, but like Brainiac is like one of those bad guys that always gives Superman a hard time. So yeah, that's amusing. Bye bye and God bless. Hello, my name is Teresita Blanco, the Artsy Sister, and today I wanted to show you this Midnight Suns comic book. Like, Midnight Suns, if I remember my marbles incorrectly, which I don't, is just a different group of like superheroes, but mostly dealing with like the supernatural, and that. Among them includes Ghost Rider and like Blade, but like this front cover that shows Ghost Rider and Blade like fighting with each other, it never happens in the comic, and but there is a different type of Ghost Rider, just being an overall heel, but it's not like how it happens there. And of course, and it has like a lot of little serious, amusing, like action set piece. But there's like something funny that happened like very early on. Let me see if I can find the panel that made me laugh. Oh yeah, here we are. Like the chick, she gives the middle finger to this guy, and then I'd be thinking, that is just hilarious. Like, if you had to censor something, why would you censor like giving someone the middle finger of all things? You know, like, oh my god, like raising the middle finger, at least according to a Korean drama I saw, in like some countries in sign language it means mountain, so it's not like that gesture is as offensive as it is, and like, come on. Like, for a moment I was like worried that it wasn't gonna be like uber violent because of that stupid raising the middle finger thing, but no, it does eventually get like some fun action set piece, but I'd be like, of all the things that you censored and stuff, it had to be like the middle finger. Oh yeah, and here's like Ghost Rider riding into battle. Well, oh yeah, here's like another thing that like caught my attention. Like, oh yeah, here's like cause of course there's always gonna be like vampires lurking in the hospital, just like that weird Blade movie. So yeah, so then we had Ghost Rider like entering in there in the middle of a hospital, like burning everything. So he just walks by to the aisle, but then I'd be thinking, if it's like melting everything in like the hospital on his road there, like he's gonna like end up damaging. Yes, he sees the nurse, but like by going in there or guns are blazing, he could have damaged some serious equipment that like patients need to like stay alive. So yeah, you kill like the random vampire, but like now there's a couple of people who flatline because you didn't think that one through. So yeah, here's like when Blade shows up, and then he just does his thing, and then he just flies away by with like a bat or vampire, but that's about it. But as you can see, he doesn't fight like in the front cover Ghost Rider, so that's a tad disappointing. So yeah, if you're like getting it for like the front cover, it's like I look right through it, it's not gonna happen. Oh yeah, but there is one cool battle in here that from like, let me see if I can dig it up. Oh yeah, fine. Let me see. Oh yeah, like some werewolf going like like some werewolf like butchering a lot of people. Yeah. Here we have like a werewolf biting someone's head and ripping someone's arm off. Which is hilarious because you had this cool looking little panel that should have been like the full, like with a panel like this, they should have done it like a 2-page type of deal because it looks very cool. But you had that, but then the thing that you censor is what's that shit giving? It's the shit giving this guy the middle finger, which he probably deserves it. So yeah, I just find it hilarious, like people like random how stupid censorship sometimes is, you know, or maybe they just censor it as a joke or like ironically censoring it, but whatever. It just makes me laugh. Bye, and I hope it makes you laugh. That thing I just showed you. Bye, and God bless. Hello, my name is Teresita Blanco, the Artsy Sister, and today I wanted to show you this Aquaman comic called War for the Throne, or Game of Thrones, or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, like in the front cover you see like the Aquaman that everyone saw in like the movie, you know, like the one that, with all of the cool tattoos and like the crazy hair and all of the other stuff. But no. Like completely ignore the front cover. This is the Aquaman you're getting in this comic, like the traditional blonde, blue eye, weirdo that, you know. You're getting this Aquaman, like the classic Aquaman, not like the movie Aquaman. So if you're getting this comic because you think you're gonna see the Aquaman from the movie, it's not gonna happen. And like the reason why is like very simple, because since this dude is like an actor, he has copyright over his image and likeness, so he probably agreed for them to use his image for like a front cover, but he'd be like, I'm not gonna become the new face of Aquaman, you know? Because I don't want that character to completely define me. So yeah, that's why either that or it's a classical case of bait and switch. So, but I don't want to think that they did that with a Malaysian instead. I think it was they genuinely really wanted this Aquaman for like their comic, but the guy probably just said no. So you know, that's what we're dealing with. But still, it's Aquaman, like. And also, like, the plot of the comic doesn't follow like the movie 100%. It begins with Aquaman's father telling him to like go find his mama under the sea. So then, like, after his dad's funeral, he like returns to the ocean, and he has like a lot of cool random fishing. Like they really drew very well like the sea. It's like a very fun. And also, unlike the first Aquaman movie that we saw, like the sea. Oh yeah, here's like this place underwater. Oh wait, let me see which way. Here we are. Like it looks the realm under the sea looks a lot of fun. You know, just a nice 2-page type of graphic and stuff. So yeah, so it's basically like Aquaman's brother that may or may not have murdered his queen, may or may not have murdered the queen that is causing chaos in like the upper land, and he even flooded Gotham and a lot of people drowned. So then that eventually draws the attention of like the Justice League. So then like the fish people also end up teaming up with like Batman and Superman and Wonder Woman. So as you can see, it's not like the movie. So it's not like the movie because it has all of the folks there. So like you can see here just how much the city got flooded because with like the title, because the light beacon that they usually use to summon Batman is like underwater. So yeah, Batman be like, you flooded Gotham, you flooded my Gotham, like I go punch you and stuff, yeah. And then so then that chaos stuff is happening, and then from time to time like fish people show up to like cause chaos and stuff in the surface because the king is going to war on like the land dwellers. So yeah, like I'm gonna show you like a scene that was very funny. That it didn't happen with Aquaman, it happened with Batman and Wonder Woman. Let me see. Let me go dig it up. That's okay. Fish people. Let me see. Okay, enough. I think I was further back. Okay, let me see. Okay. What the hell was that? Fish people. But yeah, it has like a lot of cool fish people. Ah, here it is. Found it. So then like oh yeah, even further back. Oh yeah, here we are. Here's the setup of the joke, and then she be like and then like it all started this Marvel. Right in this room I thought about giving up the Clark Kent completely, but I like being Clark Kent and I like who I am. and who my parents were. So I came out with the idea of a dual identity, and I thought about wearing a mask like Bruce does. But as close as we are, Batman is going for something different than I rather good people trust me than bad people fear me. So then he gave her like the glasses. And I think that they just need to see your eyes for that. So Clark Kent wears a mask instead of Superman. So that's what. So then his mask is glasses. So then it be like he tells Wonder Woman like try it with me. So then like she be like, oh, you can't be serious. Nobody can tell that you're Superman because of like some stupid glasses. So then over here, she goes out to like a crowded restaurant with him, like just wearing glasses. And then she be like, wow, I can't believe that just wearing glasses actually works. So then now we have the origin story of Diana's like human persona that wears glasses. And the reason why is because she's doing a Clark Kent thing. Because if you wear glasses, then like and I guess people automatically like underestimate you. Or they didn't think like, oh, like this nerdy person's wearing glasses. There's no way they could be like top superhero fighter. Well, at least that's what because then again, a lot of places are like prejudiced against like people who wear like glasses because they underestimate their physicality because they wear glasses, whatever. I'm just thinking about like my awkward high school teen years and like all of the terrible things that I saw that people used to do to like glasses people, whatever. But I don't want to bum you out, so yeah. So then, like, she's just surprised that, like, it actually works. And then, like, what Superman figures that, well, most of the time, like, people just see us from, like, far away. So then they can never, like, get a good look of our face. Or I guess they just never imagined that we would, like, be stupid enough to, like, be walking out in the public having dinner like normal human beings. So, yeah. That's why. And then they were just having their nice dinner when suddenly, like, the entire place gets flooded up. And then I'd be thinking, well, Superman must have been hyper focused on Wonder Woman that he didn't hear a freaking tidal wave covered in mermaids flying his way. So yeah, that's the problem when you get to he didn't hear a ginormous tidal wave. So yeah. So that totally sucks. But yeah, like I don't want to spoil the ending of it. I just wanted to like show you like cool stuff and a fun joke that I saw. Bye bye and God bless. Hello, my name is Teresita Blanco, the Artsy Sister, and today I wanted to show you this JoJo's Bizarre Adventure manga. Like I always wanted to read like a JoJo comic, so then when I ran into one, it just seemed like a good opportunity to hop right in. Like this one is part 6 of Stone Ocean. Like before reading this, I had already seen like the Netflix Stone Ocean, cause like and then I was just curious to see how faithfully the Netflix show have followed the manga. So like in this one, it starts with like the origin story of Father Pushy, that his brother and also of weather forecast. Like yeah, they got like certain names. So then, like, one of the babies, like, he was born as a fraternal twin, but then, like, his brother, one of the women in the maternity ward stole it because her baby had been born dead. So then since she still wanted a baby, she just stole one. She gave them, like, the old switcheroo. And then he only found out about it because, like, in her deathbed, she went to, like, the confessional and told him everything about it. So yeah, it basically followed like the TV show did like a very decent 1-to-1 ratio of all of the story. Like it's interesting, like you know. Oh yeah, and here's this version of Dio. Like this Dio looks a little different from like the one in the third part, but I guess it's probably because this guy doesn't know it yet. But like he went. Well, then again, I don't want to spoil the ending of Star Wars, and it's like some time travel whammy shenanigans. And then over here, here's like the crazy battle with the slugs that it starts raining from like the sky, a bunch of slugs, and then if you get touched by the slug, you start turning into a slug. But yeah, that's JoJo's Bizarre Adventure in a nutshell. So it has like a lot of fun, cool angles of just Jolene trying to like dodge around the slug. So yeah, the Jolene Cuyo, that's why she's a JoJo. And they name her after the Dolly Parton song, Jolene, Jolene, Jolene. They even did a joke of that in like the Netflix show, when she's like in her first day in prison, like one of the prisoners when she's like trying to get at her, she starts singing like this song, Jolene, Jolene. So yeah, other than the slug battle, the other they also do one. There's also one with the twin brothers like fighting each other in. With Anastasia also like assisting, but like with the terrible slugs just being like a terrible heel, then it's just a very difficult battle and so forth. And here's like him turning into a slug. I don't know why slug. It's probably like something it's probably something related to Uzumaki, which is Spiral, not Naruto Uzumaki, like the Junji Ito horror manga where the town gets haunted by spirals, and then a lot of people end up turning into slugs. So maybe it has a little bit of influence with that. And of course, closer to the end, they fight. They run into like the gravity stuff, where like the gravity gets inverted in planet Earth, and then like it's pretty cool. The introductory panel when the gravity thing starts going down. That they just drive into Cayo Canaveral, like where they shoot the rockets to go to space, and then let me see. You know, they start noticing here's like the first instance of the video, like what the hell's wrong with the birds? and then as the weird gravity stuff starts escalating, they see like a huge smoking cloud, so like people just rolling down the street, and then they be like, what the hell? And then it's like soon followed by like heavy objects. Because like the weird gravity power is you know how normally gravity you're like stuck to the ground like this, but since the gravity got inverted, now you fall horizontal. You know, like so then that obviously that's a big problem with like all of the big cars. But since they were like further away from the effect, it's taking a bit of time for it to take place. So yeah. So here's what JoJo's Bizarre Adventure manga looks like. I hope you find my review very amusing. Bye bye and God bless. Hello, my name is Teresita Blanco, the Artsy Sister, and today I wanted to show you this horror comic book called Love Sickness by Junji Ito. Like it has like the Love Sickness story, but also like two other stories. But like the main bulk of it is the Love Sickness one. So basically, a kid moves back to his hometown. Well, first I start by introducing like the major problem. Like there's a crossroad in this very misty area, and then like the first person that you run into, then you're supposed to ask that person a fortune telling question, and then she's like asking, "I'm sorry to bother you, but could you tell me my fortune?" And what your fortune? So this is the crossroad of fortune. I've been hearing a lot of students have been into it lately, but answer. So yeah, here's what the question. I see. So then what she asked him, well, then what do you want to know about? My love life. I see your love life. He said, all right, go ahead. So then, like, she asked him, what I can see with romance with Bloom will and try taking the lead. So then, like, this person gives the girl a good fortune, and then she goes back to her life and whatnot. So then, like, part of the randomness is like the person that you run into in the mist. So then it's like the person's in but so far it's not like a supernatural being. It's just like the regular townsfolk just giving miscellaneous advice. So then he's a little nervous about moving back there, but because he hasn't been there since he was like a 5-year-old kid, because like since his father worked, now he has to move where his father works. So now since his father's job is in his own hometown again, then it's the kids gotta go where the parents go. But then right around the time when he moves back, a young man in a black shirt starts giving sinister fortunes, and then it becomes a mystery. So then he tells this girl that you will never find love. So then, because of the terrible fortune that this creepazoid gave her, she ends up offing herself. So then it just becomes a mystery of like, who the hell is this person? Who the hell is this person in a black shirt? And then the main character remembers that when he was a little kid, a pregnant she'd asked him to tell him his fortune, but since he was a little kid in a bad mood, he just told her that she asked him, will my boyfriend and I live happily ever after or not? And then he just tells him, not a chance, dummy. So then, like, the pregnant since she fell into despair, she also decided to kick the bucket. So then he has a lot of guilt with regards to like the misty area, but and then like he starts wondering at a certain point whether the person haunting them is like a relative of the dead chick, or like just some jerk, or is it the baby, that's now like haunting people, and sometimes, and at a certain point some even start to suspect that he's the one that's like he's the one giving the people the terrible fortune, or his doppelganger. So yeah. So like most of the victims of the crossfire are like women that are very desperate to find love. So that's why it builds into the whole love sickness aspect of it. And like eventually it gets like very crazy. Like I want to show you like one of them craziest panels of it, just like this crazy chick that ends up getting a lot of serious tattoos because of a stupid fortune, and not that he gave him, but like the boy with a black shirt. And then she be like, oh hey, what am I going to do? I'm in trouble. I got a full body tattoo. Yeah. So it just becomes like a huge parade of lunatics. So yeah. And let's move on ahead. Okay, so then like in a different one, it's just some guys dealing, in a different story, it's just like this is not love scene, it's just some guys dealing with like lots of a family of awful people. And let's see, and in this story, the little kid, he's feeling like like the thing is like some psychological problem, but he feels the pain all around the house. So then it's not like something that they can treat physically. They just gotta like massage areas around the pain aura that he feels further and further away in the house. So then it's just like it becomes like a weird, almost like surrealist type of problem. And then since this is a rich couple, they just paying all of the servants to like deal with the pain, the phantom pain that the kid is feeling that might be real or imaginary. Or I just think it's mostly the mold inside the house, and maybe they should just move them elsewhere. But obviously the parents are like not dealing with this problem in a logical fashion. Cause this is a Junji Ito manga, and to hell with common sense. And this one is a chick that wants to get like a plastic surgery to get like some perfect curves, but then like she starts getting haunted with like a lunatic by a weird specter that's like playing a harp. But she says that that the harp was made using one of the ribs that she removed with her plastic surgery. So whenever she plays it, she feels like a weird vibration. So in like the pit of her stomach. So it's just a weird plastic surgery story. So yeah, this is Love Sickness in a nutshell. Very creepily weird story, but equally amusing. Like Love Sickness could actually work like as a type of like horror. Like I could easily watch a movie of this, or maybe like a limited series. You know, like it doesn't have enough to be like a long 40 episode type of deal, but like maybe 8 episodes, maybe 5 or 6. Anyhow, bye bye and God bless. My name is Teresita Blanco, the Artsy Sister, and today I wanted to show you this Godzilla comic book called Godzilla Aftershock, and it's the official prequel graphic novel of Godzilla King of the Monster. And like I like a lot of Godzilla King. I think Godzilla King of the Monster, I think it's like the second movie, the one where he ends up fighting Ghidorah. Very fun battles and whatnot. So yeah. Like most modern day Godzilla movies, at least Western Godzilla movies, they're like, it spouts some old Godzilla lore, and then like we see like the humans speculating, trying to understand what the hell Godzilla's up to, and also investigating the Muto. But then like that's what this thing is called, the Muto. And then like they break away from like lots of exposition to like watching the monsters fight, and then they do a little battle, and then we switch back to the humans. So yeah, and then that's basically it in this comic book in a nutshell. Just going back, like we follow this blonde chick. Remember the one like the one that ends up causing all of the problem. I don't think it's the one in King of the Monsters, but the one. No, I just don't remember what the humans were up to in like most Godzilla movies. I mostly remember like whenever like the humans show up, I would just like tune out, and the similar thing could easily happen in this one. So yeah, here, but I'm gonna focus on like what you came here to see, which is not humans speculating about a Godzilla, but a hilarious Godzilla battle. So then here's he fighting the Muto in the past, and Godzilla doing Godzilla things. And let me see another Godzilla battle. And here's him again, doing his thing, coming out of the ocean, and like throwing the monster around while like millions of people are like dropping dead and stuff. and then I see up top of their like helicopter, like what the hell do you think you gotta like contribute to like this fight? Just to get out of the way while like the two kaiju monsters fight, or just send like drone scouts. I mean, I think drone technology existed by then, but you know. Army and Godzilla movies got an army, you know, they gotta like excuse or salary or whatever. But then again, it's like a fictional world where like giant monsters stomp about. So then they just basically observe them. So yeah, and then there's one close to the end. There's like another Godzilla. There's another Godzilla battle, which is pretty hilarious. And then we focus on the monarchy doing I don't remember I forgot what her organization is called. Was it Monarch? Well, this one. She's just like doing random things in order to try to like deal with the situation, and while dragging her daughter around to dangerous situations and everything. But yeah, This is this Godzilla comic book in a nutshell. Bye bye and God bless. Hello, my name is Teresita Blanco, the Artsy Sister, and today I wanted to show you this comic book by Emily Harrow called I Guess in the House. Just right off in the front cover alone, and as it's telegraph in the back, it's a type of a haunted house story, but it takes some time before like the spook decides to like rear her creepy head. So then, right at the beginning, we get a glimpse of like the main characters in the world. When she was small, she used to dream that she was a knight that was killing the dragon. And then we get an introduction to like her daily life. Like she recently married, she married a dentist who was a widower. And she married him because her mother had also died roughly around the same time. So she'd be like, he's a widow, and I lost my mother. So we're perfect for each other. We both got death in common. But the guy also has a daughter from like the previous marriage. So then she's starting to like adapt to her new life as a wife. But that's easier said than done. And then like from time to time her mind wanders off because in a sense she as shown well by the plot, she feels like very lonely. And even before marrying her husband, she said that she didn't have like people that she would consider her friend, just her mother and like work acquaintances. So obviously she married the first guy who was like nice to her and gave her like the googly eyes. Oh yeah, so then let me show you like so then the spooky stuff, it starts at first like a presence that you see the weird red light by the window, and then slowly it starts escalating because like the main haunting takes place over here in like the new house they move, and then eventually right around the middle, the ghost finally decides to rear its ugly head. But then like there's a bit of a question whether the ghost is real or not, or whether she's like just out of her mind or something, because she said that when she was small, talking to the little girl, she had an imaginary friend, and her name was Lady Grey, and I used to talk to her all the time and do drawings of her even. And she made me feel safe, especially when I was lonely or scared. And I said, why were you scared? And then I didn't have a lot of friends, and then they keep it, why was that scary? And then I guess it wasn't scary, you know? So then maybe the ghost is just like her creepy imaginary friend rearing his ugly head and whatnot. So more than anything, it's just like the overall impression that I got from this comment is that even when you're like surrounded by people and stuff, you experience a lot of like loneliness and isolation, and like the shit that the ghost get is kind of like at first it does shows up scary, but then like it puts on a face that she finds more appealing. So right now you can kind of tell that this ghost is like very soft. It's better if I appear like this, isn't it? This is how you've been picturing me, right? So yeah, and just as you picture yourself as a knight, so the ghost has been spying on her dreams as well. So yeah, I don't want to like spoil the ending because it's like hilarious and it actually surprised me a little because yeah, you would think that it will go like most ghost story cliches, but no, something's like amusingly surprising happened in the end. The twist ending. And so yeah, a fun ghost story. But oh yeah, and also the way I also interpreted I guess in the house is that not only is the ghost I guess in the house, but then she doesn't feel as that close to her husband or like the daughter of her husband. Then at times she also feels like she doesn't belong there. That she's a guest in the house as well, you know. But yeah, so yeah, there's a fun spooky comic book. Bye bye. Oh yeah, you, like I said, one volume type of deal. You get like the beginning and the end. Bye bye and God bless. Hello, today I wanted to show you this comic book that is Elvira, Mistress of the Night. Like for folks that are not familiar with the character of Elvira, he was like a TV show hostess of horror of all time horror movies. And but over time she like started showing up in other things because like people just like to look at her, and now here's her comic book appearance. Like the comic book is from like the 2022, so they updated her speech pattern a bit to allude to stuff from like modern times, but mostly for like jokey purposes. But based on like it starts with her doing a terrible movie with Dracula, and then you see and then over here the viewers see how they imagine Dracula to be like. But her main antagonist ends up being Vlad the Impaler, which is like the inspiration for Dracula, that undead creature. So then like here's a funny gag where the guy's fake vampire t-shirt fall off in the middle of the skit, so then that ruins the entire take. So then she's like going up to her trailer, and then we never see who, but we can kind of guess who it might be. Actually, if you notice something, the hand over here, it has the bug ring, so the person who pushed her into the time traveling coffin is actually Elvira herself, but from the future. So I guess it's like so if you look at the details, it's like the one who got her into that horrible time travel situation was herself, but I guess it's one of those that self-fulfilling prophecy that like the Terminator, in order for the Terminator to exist, he has to go back in time in order to give human and die to Sarah Connor in order for humans to get like the microchip technology in order to be able to create the Terminator. Like I didn't notice the first time I was reading this, but yeah, like right off at the beginning they show you who's the person responsible for like Elvira's time traveling escapade. That the clue is right there. So then in like her first adventure she runs into the Mary Shelley and her friend that they were telling horror stories. And then on the ground they run into Dracula, Vlad the Impaler, not Count Dracula, from the clan of Dracul. And then the reason why they call that is Dracula is because of the constellation of Draco, and they were associated with dragons. But this Dracula is it's not like the Bram Stoker cliche vampire, but like what people used to consider vampires back like in the old days, before Bram Stoker ruined vampires for everyone. They weren't weak to sunlight. So then like in the other adventures, she hangs out with Edgar Allan Poe, and he becomes like uber. So it's good that they capture the fact that he likes to go drinking at the bar often. So like Dracula gets shot once, but then he gets up and stuff. And just as Elvira, he's confused about these time travel things, but since he keeps seeing her in all of the places that he time travels to, he's blaming her for like his terrible situation and even cost her a wish. Cause time travel is all nonsense, and he wants to get back to his son because he's like stuck in the middle of a war, so he's gotta like get back to his army and stuff in order to like win the battle. And then she looks at like his fancy vampire teeth, so like the whole fancy fan wasn't like just made up, but I think Dracula has more in common with more dragons than what we consider. But and like over here he takes over here like Dracula the form of a giant raven. So then they say that's how Edgar Allan Poe get inspired for the raven. And Elvira, she grabs a whip because in Castlevania that's how you deal with vampire problems. And then she uses a gaslight, and then she makes the flame whip that's very typical of Castlevania. But sadly, instead of referencing Castlevania, she references in Indiana Jones, well, which doesn't make any sense. The point is that she should have referenced Castlevania, because Castlevania is the game that taught people that whenever you have vampire problems, the solution to it is just to whip him until he drops dead. So, and then she moves to another time travel. Even though he got like on fire and stuff, he was still more or less alive. Like they do eventually like take down Dracula, but close to the end. But I don't wanna spoil what they had to do in order to finally kill him. But the bodies, and I also don't want to show you like the other stuff because I want you to have like a fresh take on this adventure. So Elvira whipping Dracula to the death. Not Dracula, Vlad the Impaler, the inspiration for Dracula. I hope you find this comic book amusing. Bye bye and God bless. Find this comic book amusing. Bye bye and God bless. My name is Teresita Blanco, the Artsy Sister, and today I wanted to show you this comic book of the Batwing. Like Batwing is a Batman, because you gotta it's a Batman, but it's also a Batman that is being Batman while Batman is still around. So he calls himself Batwing, but well, not really, because when he's fighting other people, the bad guys identify him as a Batman, but since Batman can be everywhere, this is his way of spreading the fear of Batman to other parts of the continent. So this kid is Lucas Fox, which is Lucius Fox. They call him his prodigal son, but the outfit that he's wearing is actually the prototype of the Batman Beyond suit, it's getting there to the final form of Batman Beyond, which is the same suit but in red. But since it is the prototype version, is still not in there. The Batwing suit doesn't have the camouflage capabilities yet. And and this guy mainly operates in Africa, dealing with mercenaries and high-tech criminal warlords. So even the outfit is mostly kind of incomplete, and it doesn't it's a type of trench suit. So Like it's funny that this lunatic needed a strength suit in order to like in order to go deal with like the female mercenary chick. Yeah. But like I thought that the scene was a little bit overkill, but whatever. She's a dangerous mercenary. Like over here they show this weird scene very right on the cover where he's fighting Batman, but this scene like never happens, or I guess it doesn't happen in this volume in specific. So yeah. And then over here he's fighting a bunch of like ant people. It feels like this, but it's basically him dealing with a bunch of like warriors and criminals that are using like strength. So by now the outfit is that oh yeah, and like his background is that he does like mixed martial art. I forgot what's that one where it's in the cage. Well, this type of fighting. So they just so then they can just yada over the training. They don't need to do like a training master because this kid already know. This kid, Lucas Fast already knows how to fight. So then Batman don't need to train him. So then he's like telling us, wow, look at these awesome strengths that I invented, and then this guy is gonna be like using the suit. So then he tells them that like he has like a bunch of like fancy tech stuff, but I still haven't made it bulletproof. And then I'd be like, dude, that's like the most important thing. Made that. It doesn't matter. Oh yeah, let me see. What does it say? Okay, capable. And it has an interior skin that monitors vitals and produces medical repairs. And for instance, if the wearer braces on, the suit hardens around the arm, holding the bone in place, and administers a shot of painkiller. So it functions a little bit like the Beaster camera from Beaster. And invisibility, the fact that the suit needs to be bulletproof, but it is functional in a low light area. So yeah, it needs. He said that it's not bulletproof, and he's saying that with a smile to his face. Make the suit bulletproof, you lunatic, you millionaire lunatic. So yeah. This guy is that's what he has to dodge, cause yeah, it makes him leap and stuff, but the outfit's not bulletproof. So yeah, I feel that that's the most important thing to do. So then over here he's like fighting a bunch of like animal folks. Like it's like a weird it's a tiger centaur. Like a tiger centaur, so yeah, which is kind of like a little bit like how the Batman Beyond, some of the Batman Beyond super villains, they are like they're like people who had their DNA mixed with animals. So like Batwing gets a couple of like someone has some similar issues as the Batman Beyond, but then again I watched a lot of Batman Beyond, and this is my first time seeing like the character of Batwing. But yeah, of course it's just the Batarangs, and like the Batman Beyond suit, he can do like let me see where he does the electrocution thing. Oh yeah, here we are. Like when in water, he can do like the taser electrocution thing, which is a lot of fun. And oh yeah, let me show you. And like all fancy tech outfits, it can be hacked. So then like the chick, she has like the Batwing suit, because yeah. Like your fancy technology is so great until like somebody like jams a USB up his matrix spine, and then like it causes it to malfunction. So then she throws him. So then she throws him off a building to just watch him squirm. So then it's just him struggling, trying to like reboot the suit before he falls or something. But yeah. And then he crashes and burns. Like it's a fun little cinematic, but yeah, it basically shows you that strengths are like hilariously amazing up until the part where like hackers show up, and then you're like uber screwed. So yeah, like I don't want to like spoil you all of the other adventures of the Batwing, but yeah. this is Lucasfilm using like the prototype of like the Batman Beyond. So like it's not there yet, but it's like not at its final form with like the cool red color, but it's getting there. So yeah, I hope you find this comic book amusing. Bye bye and God bless.